And so the key is you have to identify throughout your engagement who's actually the one that's making the decision within this buying decision or at the time of purchase. And what I've found throughout my years of experience, and I make it a habit to include that person, because today we have the technology to incorporate that person through a conference call. They don't necessarily need to be under the same roof or in the same location. And if you pay attention to a few things that I'm gonna cover in this, you're gonna be able to position yourself more favorably to get through to that person and win that sale. Just one and done, right? And wouldn't that be better? Wouldn't that be awesome if you could figure out how to relay your message and be so efficient that you carry them from hello to let's go and begin the process all the way to congratulations, your loan is closed, in a more efficient way that doesn't give you as much resistance? Because when you meet resistance, that's a drain to your time. It's a drain to your mentality and your mindset because you're constantly kind of pushing against this resistance. And so my punchline here is that when you identify what objections you're coming across most often, you are actually getting a sneak preview of how to improve your communication moving forward. Let me give you an example. If you're constantly unable to complete a sales application or complete the 1003 or complete the pre-qualification process, whatever side of the division you're in, whether it's purchase or refinance, what you're going to find is that you'll get the same objection around the same exact time inside your conversation. So pay attention because every conversation is different. Some people, they just don't have objections, and those are unicorns. Those are awesome, right? They're just ready to buy, no questions asked. But unfortunately, those are very rare. And so what do you do for the majority? And the majority of them are going to have objections because they're initially on guard, but they wouldn't be on guard unless they were interested. And if you can get a sneak preview of what objections are about to come, then you can actually reformat your script, your verbiage, your wordplay in a way that actually addresses those objections before they even happen. And so I'm going to start off with inbounds because I believe inbounds is a common form of lead generation that majority of the loan officers here are facing. Inbounds are aggregate leads. Inbounds are people who find you online and they're calling in to inquire. And then we'll transition over to outbound because I believe outbound is probably the strongest lead source that you can find in today's market because they're simply not shopping. Typically, the leads that you encounter when you're doing an outbound are those who are not necessarily in the market, but if you format your wordplay in a covert, effective way, you can put them in the market and they're not necessarily in the mindset of comparing. So it's a very strong skill set to have if you know how to properly do outbound origination. And then we're going to transition over to the common objections you get when you do your sales pitch. And I'm going to share with you the perfect way to transition from sales conversation into a sales pitch. Here's a hint. You don't do them at the same time. There's a lot of loan officers out there that want to jump into the hype of, hey, I'm a one call closer. I'm a one and done type of LO. And at the same time, you're just kind of setting yourself up for a higher chance to fail. And ultimately, you'll actually burn your time that way. And you'll set yourself on this negative momentum that I want to help you avoid because, the market's already kind of giving us enough challenge as is.